Then when you move to this new city, make that the opportunity and say, now's the time that I'm gonna do it.
Find some sort of harmony and balance.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? This is BC. Welcome back to another video. I wanted to do a video today on, and this is for business people, non-business people, the everyday person, and everyone in between, about making a move across the country. When you move across the country, there's a lot that you have to take into account. For me, I'm in a different position, right? I'm an entrepreneur, right? I'm in a leadership role now. I'm kind of the CEO of my company. I have, 30, 40 people under me, other employees on top of that. And it makes the move, we can say, compared to somebody who maybe works a 9 to 5 and who's transitioning, maybe a little less complicated, right? But I want to come from both perspectives because a lot of people right now, especially, and even in the past, have been wanting to move or get out of their environment, move out of their hometown, and whatever else, right? So I want to break it down that way, okay? The first thing I'm going to tell you is this, because I want to roll right into it. Number one, when you move, especially if you're moving, like I went from Los Angeles, California to Miami, Florida, like from one point of the United States to the other, things are not going to go like you plan, okay? Things are going to be delayed. Mover's going to come sooner or later. They're going to take too long, right? You're going to be, I was 3 or 4 months without my stuff because the transition to go from my Airbnb to my home took longer than I thought because of fallouts and negotiations, and to the outside would be considered a stressful mess, this and that. So coming into it, you need to prepare yourself for things to go, in quotes, sideways. This allows you to lessen the blow when the next step that you had planned doesn't work out as you planned it, okay? Now, this piece of advice goes for everybody in every area of their life because that's life. Unexpected things are gonna happen. However, a lot of people get in their delusion and in their mind and think, oh, just because I planned it and took time, it's gonna work out. It's not. I had a lot of pieces fall out of place, and the piece that's attached to that is, how are you gonna respond to that? I responded as cheerful as possible, and if I was upset or frustrated, I let it pass quickly, okay? You have too much to live for, right? Things are gonna go wrong. That's just something that you have to accept in life, and it's not gonna work out the way that you want it to every single time on your timing. You may want to be moved in by March 15th, and you'll move in April 15th. That's just the nature of it, okay? That's number one. Number two, you need to have a little bit of what I would call, especially if you're in the category of like more of a 9 to 5 or everyday type of person who doesn't have a large savings account, plan accordingly, right? Overestimate the cost of the move, I would say by roughly 20 to 30%. So you have a little bit of cushion in regards to your funds. If something happens, right, you have to stay at an Airbnb a little bit longer. The movers take longer. Some stuff gets lost, right? Your car breaks down on the way there if you're driving, right? You end up booking your flight later and it's more than you thought it would be because you're moving during spring break or something like that, right? You're basically planning for a rainy day and or any deviation in the cost of what you originally put. So I would recommend at least 20, 25%, maybe even 30% to be safe in regards to the estimate of what you're gonna spend, because things come up, things don't go as planned, and you wanna make sure that you're good. Time frames, okay? As you're scheduling your time frames, make sure, right, that you leave that as flexible as possible. Case in point, you're gonna get an Airbnb before you move in. Well, if you're creating a domino effect, Airbnb, getting the keys to my house and all that, on a tight schedule, and one step goes wrong, remember, if that domino falls, it moves back the dates of the next 3 moves. You need to keep that in mind. So if I know and I'm estimating I'm moving to an Airbnb March 1st and I expect to get my keys April 1st, guess what? I'm booking that Airbnb from March 1st, probably until April 15th or through the end of April. Why? Because later if I have to cancel, I can at least get a partial refund, right? Or I left that cushion and I didn't have to use it. Good. I would rather have that than be told a week before April 1st that you're not gonna be able to move in April 1st. You can't move in until April 10th. And now you're scrambling, trying to find another Airbnb a week before, and all your plans got ruffled. Now you have to pay extra or you can't find it. And now it's a mess because you have to move twice. Especially if you already scheduled the movers to bring your stuff. I mean, it opens up the door for what would be a temporary, in your mind, disaster or chaos. You wanna make sure you're leaving a lot of cushion around those times, because if you don't, again, one domino falling lays them all down. And if that happens, you're gonna be more likely to be stressed and flustered, and it's gonna make this experience not as smooth as you would like it to be and not as pleasant as you would like it to be, because at the end of the day, we're moving for a reason. Your job, your happiness, your well-being, whatever it is. I moved for many reasons, right? For me, the whole situation with this V, right, was the nail in the coffin for me. And I'm not saying it because the level of censorship is just ridiculous, and they may not even let me publicize this video. Yes, I've had videos taken down just for saying that word before many times. It's crazy, all right? So with that said, also, if you can, in either city, if you know people, try to set up an emergency situation. Like if you know somebody, like let's say I knew people in Miami, hey, if all hell breaks loose and I need a place to stay for a week or a month or 3 days, do you know anybody, or could you host me, right? So you have like a little cushion in case something happens, okay? Set that up. I call that like a lifeline. If you can, have lifelines for something. Do your research before you get there. Is there a local shop that somebody recommends for your car? Right? Is there a local furniture store in case you got to grab something quick? Is there any local people, shops, stores, or individuals that you need to know that if shit hits the fan, you have something that you can rely on and you're not going to be screwed? Okay? That lifeline serves its purpose. I haven't had to use one, and I didn't use one when I made my move. However, I had all of my chips in place just in case something was going to happen. All right. I've also, for some of my friends, become a lifeline for them. I just had another friend of mine, shout out to him. Right? I won't say any names. I don't know if he wants me to put his name out, but he's staying with me temporarily as he gets his ducks in a row because he moved from California to Miami, Florida, to South Florida. He got a job here. He's getting his money together. He's finding a place to live. And I said, hey, dude, you need a place to crash? No problem. But he asked me, and I said, sure. If you can have that, that makes it a little easier for you. So when you have these lifelines, it makes this what is considered a very sharp or harsh transition a little bit easier for you, especially mentally, right? It's gonna wear on you more mentally than physically, which is kind of the next point. Get your mind right, dude. Before you come here, get away from the drama, the gossip, clear your head, right? Get those skeletons out of the closet and come to this new place with an open mind, okay? Because for many of you, this transition is gonna be difficult. In the main category is socially. Now, for me, I've been working on my social skills, my communication skills, and through my career and my own personal development and endeavors, I can thrive anywhere socially, right? Within weeks of being here, I was getting invited places, going out, met a ton of people. I just had an event here in March. Again, if you're a new follower, I've been here less than a year. Half my speakers at the event were local people who I met here who own businesses, who now we have great friendships and relationships, and they came to speak at my event to all my students. I don't know many people that do that when they move to a new city. I can call people, be at a party if I want, anywhere, anyplace, anytime. So for some of you, that may be difficult because you consider yourself an introvert or socially you're not so out there. Make this, that transition, a new chapter, that new page that you turn over, where you commit to living life more and being more social and embracing life and engaging with life. We are social creatures, and this is becoming a lost art with technology and in the advancement of social media. Work on your social skills. Get at least comfortable. It's not normal to go out and not meet people and converse. Even when I go to the store, if it's 1 or 2 people, I have a little chit chat here and there, ha ha ha. Okay, cool. Just to be comfortable and get out there and talk to people. I have no problem being alone. I love being alone, but I can go out and be the life of the party too, or anything in between. You need to at least have that capacity. Why? Those are the experiences that you take with you that make life more rich, more bountiful, more enjoyable, more fruitful. That's what you want. Then when you move to this new city, make that the opportunity and say, now's the time that I'm gonna do it. Because nobody's sitting here watching my videos and I'm not looking at myself saying I'm perfect. Of course, we can always up the ante and make it better. Do it, do it. Make the commitment now, especially that you're making this new transition. Ride it off that momentum that people say, new year, new me. You know, I don't believe in that, but ride off that momentum and say, new city, new beginnings, new me. And hey, stack it up, right? Stack them up. Go out there, change for the better, because that's what this is about. You're moving for a better experience, better life, better job, whatever it is. Ride that momentum and throw some other things in there. So overall, you become more purposeful, right? You become better equipped for life. You enjoy it more, right? And you really align more with what I would consider the ideal experience and existence as a human being on this planet. All right, hopefully this video helps you. For all of you who are moving across the country or moving to a new city or state, good luck to you. If you need any help, contact me. Maybe I can connect you with somebody, movers and things of that nature, as I know a ton of people now worldwide. All right, see ya.